I've spent so much of my life listening to these rappers, Jay-Z, Eminem, Kanye, loads of different people, right? But one thing that's common between all of them that I've noticed is that they all seem to have these different nicknames and monikers. Like, for example, Jay-Z, you call him Jigga, Hove. Kanye, you might call him Yeezus, Yeezy. Gucci Mane calls himself like LaFleur, Guwop, all this stuff, right? And I always used to wonder, like, why do these people have all these different monikers? And what it boils down to me is that I think it's important in life as well as the rap game, but you want to reinvent yourself. I feel like when you're an artist, when you're delivering your project to people, I think that eventually people can get bored of you and they start to kind of tie you to that name and they kind of typecast you. So I think what oftentimes people want to do is they want to recreate themselves to give themselves a bit more license to do more. So, and you can even relate that to real life, right? So I feel like in your life, you've got different seasons, as people might say. So in one season of your life, you might have certain characteristics, you might be a certain way, but as you're growing, as you're aging, you want to learn to develop new parts of your character. And that's kind of effectively, you're recreating yourself, but you're giving yourself different monikers. So for example, when I was younger, I used to be very outgoing, a bit more of an extrovert. Then as I managed to get older, I managed to keep those skills, but I was able to develop a bit of a new moniker. Now I'm a lot more calm, I'm a lot more to myself, but I've still got those old skills, right? But I feel like I've been able to develop that new moniker, as I'm saying. So even, for example, if I'm looking at someone like Eminem, you've got Eminem, who's quite a serious guy. Marshall Mathers, I'd say, is fairly serious, but then you've got the Slim Shady character, where he's able to put his creativity, his creative ideas, his wild rhymes, all into that character so it doesn't typecast him, right? And it keeps things exciting and it gives you something each day to kind of live to, right? So I think in life you want to make sure if you're getting stagnant, you want to do different things to help recreate yourself.